Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
By the grace of Lord Sri Krishna, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, was born a pure devotee. In 1933, Prabhupada was accepted as a disciple by a bona fide spiritual master and ordered to spread Krishna consciousness to the English-speaking world. Then in 1965, at the age of 70, Prabhupada, a renounced saintly person with neither friends nor money, came from India to New York City to fulfill the instructions of his spiritual master. Prabhupada was destined to spark a revolution in consciousness, to ignite the Hare Krishna explosion.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Transcendental knowledge was first spoken by the Lord Himself and has been passed down since that time from spiritual master to disciple in an unbroken chain. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bhaktivinod Thakur, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami, and Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. In 1966, Prabhupada founded the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, or ISKCON, widely known as the Hare Krishna movement. Prabhupada translates on a dictaphone original Sanskrit and Bengali scriptures into English. The tapes are then sent to ISKCON Press in New York. The entire operation, from typing to illustrating to printing, is carried out by the Krishna devotees, all of whom serve without salary.
Sri Krishna Padakamalang Sri Gurun Vaishnavanshan.
The message is love of Krishna. Krishna is recognized as God by all the great saints in the scriptures of India. He is the all-attractive person and the reservoir of pleasure. To pass on the science of self-realization, Prabhupada is presenting the Bhagavad-Gita as it is, the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Nectar of Devotion, and many other philosophical works. From a Los Angeles warehouse, these literatures are shipped to centers in the United States and abroad. Within a few years, Prabhupada and his disciples have organized an ambitious book distribution program that every year sees thousands of tons of books distributed around the world.
Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri
The Krishna devotees say that by reading these books and chanting the names of God, a person can attain God consciousness even in this difficult and disturbed age. The most popular mantra is the now familiar Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This chanting resounds from London to Mexico City, from Paris to Tokyo, from New York to Nairobi. Here in London, thousands flock to attend ISKCON's annual Rath Yatra festival. This festival is held in major cities around the world. Constantly traveling, Prabhupada often makes personal appearances. Here he is introduced to a New Delhi audience by the Canadian High Commissioner and garlanded by a leading citizen.
Everything that we see, that is created by God. So you should at least recognize that it is God's property. But they are thinking their property. So there must be no restriction.
Prabhupada says God is great and we are very small. He is the supreme proprietor and everything should be used in his service. All living creatures are sons of God and are therefore equal. Thus Krishna Consciousness is beyond any sectarian and national limitations and is the perfect peace formula. Prabhupada denounces so-called gurus who claim to be God. Such gods are very cheap. I am not God, and you are not God. We are all eternal servants of God.
Being separated from Krishna, they do not know. We are part and parcel of God or Krishna. We are not enjoying. Every religion is accepted.
We asked Jadharani Devi Dasi, one of the artists at ISKCON Press, to tell us about her involvement in the Hare Krishna movement.
So I met Srila Prabhupada in 1967, and I was up in his apartment, and the first thing that he said to me, because previously I was thinking that I didn't know what I was supposed to do, so he said, when you reach the top, then everything else is included. So that sort of answered all questions. It's like if you have $1 million, then all of your $10 problems are solved. So he was implying that when you become Krishna conscious, then all of your other desires and aspirations and ambitions, everything is fulfilled just by taking to the path of Krishna consciousness. And then he asked if I could come to his morning classes, and then I started coming. And then when he saw that I had a propensity for painting, so he gave me 2 businesses. He said, just be attached to Krishna and to painting. So this is Keshava. Keshava is the name of Krishna, and it means one who has fine hair. So God has hair, he has a face, he has a body, he's not impersonal. He's the creator and the maintainer and destroyer of everything, and he's the dearmost friend of every living entity. And before you're asking how my consciousness has changed, it's just like a lily leaf or something like that that's on the water. Even though it's on the water, it's not touched by the water. So even though we're in the material world, because we're working for a pure devotee and for Krishna, we're not touched, and we feel satisfied to be in association with Krishna's lotus feet.
Hare Krishna.
Another engagement is the making of spiritual sky incense. The Krishna devotees believe that since everything belongs to Krishna, everything can be used in his service, including business.